Throwing on first down is Bortles. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles. And he finds Seferian-Jenkins. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Bortles to the former Jet, Seferian-Jenkins for the Jags' first down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. A handoff to Fournette. 12 more yards there and another first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Sunday. 39, Lucy.
Bortles now on first down. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. And some room to maneuver. T.J. Yeldon. Touchdown, Jaguars. T.J. Yeldon, 36 yards. And the Jags have taken the early lead. A nice run by him, don't get me wrong, but the blocking up front was a thing of beauty.
I think for an opening drive, how about that for an exclamation point? Just what you said. Good blocking, good vision, and he accelerated to the end zone.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, trying to start it out with a bang, but it's 2nd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Love the run right there, and when you analyzed him coming out of college, when you tried to put a grade on him, you saw the flashes while he was in school, but you didn't see the full production. You didn't see the finish.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Darius Geis, 63 yards. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point good by Hopkins. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And complete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's a give to Fournette. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Let's go.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Yeldon. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let's pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play. And now off to the races. Down the right right side. Touchdown, Washington. Chris Thompson, 44 yards. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. The Jaguars getting set to go. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Preston Smith in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags.
Lucy.
From the gun, it's Bortles. And that is incomplete. Free safety, Clinton Dix, the man to make the play there on the defensive side.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on 3rd down.
Bortles in the offense remains put on the field. They're going to go for it on 4.
Let's go. Trick left. Move. 11. 372.
They do go for it. It's Bortles looking deep. And got his man complete. The 30. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 83 yards. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. So it was 4th down. They go deep to try to pick up the first. They pick up more than that. They pick up a score.
I'm not even sure the analytics guys would think that was a good gamble. 4th down there going for it. But they pressed the issue. And not only did they complete the pass downfield, how about the run after catch that ends up culminating in a touchdown? That's a huge play.
The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Come on, let's go.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
There he goes again, and down right around the 37. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
All right, let's count them up. 3 plays, 3 first downs. Hard to be more efficient than that on offense. And I have to put myself in the shoes of the defensive coordinator, because right now, I'll guarantee you the head coach is standing right next to him or is talking to him on the headset and saying, hey, what are we going to do to slow these guys down? And the defensive coordinator is frantically looking at his play sheet and trying to come up with something. I don't know if it comes with more pressure, with different zone defense, some type of a combination, but something has to change.
And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Chris Thompson, as the first half is winding down. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Looking long for Westbrook. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And it's Clinton-Dix with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins who have the lead here. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, that'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now this time he'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Richardson. And he is finally out of bounds, but he gets all the way down right around the 20. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 49 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Calais Campbell on the stop.
Man, it's a tough area in the field to try and run a draw play out of the gun. You know you're going to face a good push up front, and here they swallow him up for no gain.
They stay on the ground. Guice again. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Hey, Sean, go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Guice, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points is vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
And now out come the Jags. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. A throw left side complete to his receiver, Westbrook. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Fournette, a first down carry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And the tackle there will go to Ryan Anderson.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Bortles to Cole for the Jacksonville first.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, spread right, spread right, spread right.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Move.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
A nice job to get 11 out of that pass play, but now they face a 3rd and goal. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it in. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Space to maneuver at the 40. Adrian Peterson off to the races. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Adrian Peterson, 75 yards. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. Now D.D. Westbrook to return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Now Bortles. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. The Redskins on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 11. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They snap it to Smith. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Jay Gruden's guys unable to convert on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Bortles now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Punch right. Mike 39, Lucy.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Caught. Safarian Jenkins, right side. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Punch right.
A first down carry now for Yeldon. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up.
Lucy.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Quentin Dunbar right there on the coverage.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. In for the score. And the Jaguars are back within a score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order.
And Peterson, what happened? He lost the football. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Double, double, double. Lock. Get line, 80. 15.
After the run, Smith going to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. As they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Yellow, yellow. Lock. Hey, back up, back up, back up, back up. 15, yeah.
Smith now to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10.
11B, 11B.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Jacksonville.